to finish things off here was Fnatic picked up that first map after some really interesting rounds. Like, you have to remember that clutch from Christian, the 3 versus 1. That gave Mousesports a big advantage going into that game. But here we go then. Mousesports starting on the CT side. And once again, starting off with that aggression, it's going to be Oscar looking for the first kill with the silence USP, and he nails it as well, taking down Wenton.
Lovely shot. Goes back, has a second and a third. They walk into his crosshair. Oscar starts off lovely with the USP. And Olaf suddenly finds himself forever alone. No friends on the map, and a bomb down inside of the A site. Has to try and get toward it. 5 players to find. Dennis is the only one that's been even scratched in this round.
Well, there it is. Oscar, the new signing for the team, stepping up tremendously here on the second map. On Cash, it's going to be Olaf Meister left in a horrible situation. The bomb is down in front of him. All the CTs rotated over, and you can see him mid-warehouse as well. Christian waiting for him to fall back. And at this point, it's up to Olaf just to maybe farm a bit of cash. If you get 1 or 2 kills, 1 kill will be $300. There it is. And you get a second, it'll be 600. So it suddenly helps. And he's actually making a missing case of this, but does eventually get taken down by Nico. Good effort by him just to actually get some money. It was a pretty much impossible situation. That'd be such a throw for Mousesports to give him anything more than 2 kills. They were holding the bomb, and they had the back flanks covered as well, as we Mousesports picking it up pretty much single-handedly from the hands of Oscar there. But Fnatic now, similar situation we saw in Dust 2. You don't get the bomb down. It's almost guaranteed you'll be forcing up on the second. But Desert Eagles, 1 Tech 9, armor, a couple of flashbangs, and Lekro with the smoke grenade as well. So normally we see these second rounds, they're missing even 1 piece of utility to actually get into it. I like the fact that Lekro has a smoke. They have some flashbangs as well. Judging by the setup as well, it looks like they may be going towards there. They are boosting up for now, seeing if Olaf can use that deagle to get the first shot, but it'd be a bit of a blunder from Nico to give anything away at this stage. Okay.
That's lovely. They sent 2 toward middle at the start of that, and Dennis walked out and then kind of looked at Nico as if to say, like, oh, I guess you're going mid, and then rotated to A. So I'm wondering if there's some miscommunication here and there.
Nico should have been taking that shot down.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a kill that you expect him to nail. Wasn't exactly a hard one. With the spray a little bit there, and it's going to be Olaf Meister picking up that first kill. 5 on 4. And they haven't managed to recover a weapon, but they have got that man advantage. So heading towards B for now, they still have the smoke. You'd assume they use that towards CT spawn, flash in. Well, actually, I haven't got the flashes anymore, but smoke spawn, hope for the best, and see if they can deagle the player who's potentially in heaven.
We're going to line up smoke. Drop out toward tree all the way through. Nicely thrown. Those new holes on the wall, or those markings on the wall to make it easier for everyone to throw those. Meanwhile, though, Speedy and Dennis are going to pick up kills on the way through, so Mousesports still holding down the line inside B, and bomb dropped. Good shot into Speedy, though. Dennis now left alone, low HP onto 1. It's Olaf, but he's not in the site just yet. He's still coming back through the vent room, so Oscar taking down Venton, and although Olaf has picked up an M4, it would take some lovely accuracy to start this off, and he doesn't anticipate Oscar on the catwalk.
Mousesports, after dropping the first frag there, actually recovered the situation. We saw Fnatic smoking towards CD spawn, hoping they could do something towards that site, but the crossfires on the B side actually locked them down, and Mousesports keeping 2 players alive as well. So we go to round number 3, and it will be a little bit of a challenging affair for Mousesports to do anything with this. You can see they've got Desert Eagle and PT50, that's about it. So this is the redundant round. It's just a chance for Mousesports to keep 5 players alive. If Fnatic can get the bomb down, that's the pretty much the objective they can really go for here, with the Glocks and 1 deagle.
Nico going, well, thought about smoking out middle, but instead Dennis will do it for him. Not only that, Nico's got the headshot on the Venton, and Dennis hit him with an nade just before, so it was an easy 1-shot kill with the M4, as Olaf now on top of the boost has a deagle to try and work with, to try and pull this back. That's not a headshot, but Nico, he's better in return. This time he's hitting them with the M4. Nothing awkward down mid this time.
Not this time. That's 2 players now drop for Fnatic. Lekro trying his luck towards the mid boost. Nade's coming in. Actually incendiary, so he has to fall back here. So at this stage, there's not really a reason for Mousesports to actually overcommit to this situation. Don't need to flash in towards A main. They could find out information, but it's not really worth the risk at this point. Oscar, he'll be edging in. Flash, and so they actually want to challenge this. It'll be a little bit higher risk here. You can see what I mean. This is ultimately coming out in Mousesports' favor, but it wasn't required by any stretch, but there it is. They do manage to keep it quite clean in the end. Only 1 player going down. First real gun round here. It's going to be Fnatic coming in with 4 AK so far. Twist is yet to buy. How much money has he got available? I don't think he can get the AWP. He can't. So 5 AKs for him. They are going to have decent utility as well. 5 smokes. Only 1 Molotov to play with. And Chris J, you mentioned it before, how strong he can be with that scout. He's more than happy to bring it to this first gun round. I'll be interested to see what position he plays from. It looks like he'll be going towards B storage. That's a pretty difficult angle to play from. You're obviously going to get the body shot, and the AK can blow your head off, so very tricky stuff. As Fnatic starts setting out towards an A, it's actually the bomb in towards Squeaky Door. Speedy does find the first kill.
Oscar Sees the door open, tries to line it up so he can catch them on the way through, but he only gets one. It's Nico now passively from the A side who tries to make up for this, but he as well only manages one. And although Fnatic's down A and they get a bomb plant out of these trades, they'll Molotov off the forklift so that no one can try and wrap in and catch Dennis before he can retreat toward A main, but instead he elects to play the gap in the smoke, waiting for his teammate to have movement back as the flames extinguish near him. Dennis gets caught out still though, as it's the other Dennis from Mousesports in return. Lekro 1 versus 3. We called him out last game. Okay, couldn't necessarily call him out. He played the support role, but for kills, and that's the problem again, is Mousesports, Dennis in particular, will walk in, get the kill and the defuse, and they'll go up 4-0.
It's the opening kill coming in from Mousesports there. Fnatic with 3 players towards that squeaky door area. Tried to force their way out, but decent positioning from Mousesports. Everyone finding a kill there, and the retake comes in the end, and Fnatic just can't hold them off. They get the bomb down, but that's all they really get in that situation. Mousesports have quite a commanding lead now, 4-0. We're going to round number 5. There is money available for Fnatic with the loss bonus and the bomb going down once again. You can see they've got 4 AKs. Wenton feeling a little bit more pressure here as he's got the Tech 9, but they have got 3 smokes. They have got the Molotov available. What's the play though? It's going to be difficult to get these first picks. Oscar's upgraded to the AWP and bringing it straight into this round as he takes out Olofmeister towards B storage, and it looks like it's going to funnel the rest of the terrorists towards A. Probably smoke towards Highway, try and Molotov, MBK or Quad, and actually we'll be going for a nice little boost here. It's going to be Fnatic Dennis on top of that, seeing if anyone will challenge him. But the other Dennis is right in front of him by the aim entrance.
Oh, okay. That's quite nice. Dennis gets absolutely lit up by a nade, and as he falls, Lekro spots. Very well done from Fnatic. Open the door, you know there's going to be a player retreating to the site. You catch him in transition, but just that. Lekro gets tagged down to 1. And although it's a trade, him on 1 HP and an AK, means they've got to kind of pick their battles. Not only that, Wenton with just this Tech 9. So Twist still going to be the one to try and open this up as a result. Oscar has rotated back down toward middle. AWP in his hands, trying to spot toward that boost, but he's going to give that up and they'll play the sites instead, which is actually a little bit more traditional on Cash when you've got a man down on the defensive side. You're better to stack up 2 inside the sites and play off each other. So
it looks like an A-sided attack coming in. With Lekro, like you mentioned, with 1 HP, it would make sense for him to just be holding the flank right. He's holding a complete one-and-done, crazy little angle towards T-spawn potentially, but it looks like he will be joining his teammates. They go towards A. Nico gets the first headshot with the AK-47, takes down Twist. Now we're starting to see some Nico form here. 3 headshots with the AK-47. Can't get the 4th as Wenton does find a double kill. 2 versus 1 now, up to him with the bomb. He has got 20 seconds remaining, but the CT's pretty far removed from this situation. There's going to be an orb from Oscar towards Connector, and Chris J coming in from CT spawn.
Nearly spotted out from Car Wenton as he gets toward this default, but 10 seconds he's got to commit to it. Chris J's going to push it. He may get the bomb down, but will he have his gun drawn in time as they both come around the corner? Oh my goodness!
Too close.
Oscar jumps over to bait out the shot for Chris J, but Wenton hit that quite easily, and it looked like he might have transferred that. He didn't actually hit a bullet on Chris, but it looked closer than it was.
There was definitely potential for that to happen. It seemed like he was staying alive for way too long there. The first player jumping around the CZ, didn't get the kill, and a little bit scary there for a second, but Mousesports do manage to get the 5-0. Number 6, and still Fnatic yet to pick up a round, but that's maximum loss bonus, and once again the bomb planted, so a lot of money going into these rounds. So they have got the orb in the hands of Olofmeister going into this, so that's what he decides to do when he'll be taking this. Didn't have the best spawn, looks like he'll be going towards B storage for now. That's where Chris J, sorry, it was actually Oscar before, he was challenging and he got taken down, so potentially looking for some revenge here. Problem is though, Oscar, as we like to see, he's changed position, he's actually towards A, playing the court area.
So, Speedy. He's got an M4. Inside of the B side is Nico again. Inside of middle is going to try to make this work out with an early pick. He's gone down here, but he's been more successful since that second round when that did happen. Very standard format so far from Mousesports. 5-0 lead. They haven't need to reinvest all that much, to be fair. But Chris J not bringing out that double op yet. He's only got the 1 kill so far, but again, it's not really been required for him to do much more than that. So 2-1-2 has been pretty much every single round. Nico's going to probe out vents, get in a position where he can cover off mid and rotate if needed, and actually goes on this. So that's very smart on the timing with the flash coming through. They catch Olaf on the outside of that smoke, but the problem is this is exactly it. He gives up middle in doing that and commits to B, which means a long rotation onto A, and Fnatic read that perfectly. Olaf says, okay, the player from mid came to get me, take mid, and they go. Twist gets the kill. Dennis locked inside the site behind Quad. He's got to clutch this back. He's got to be efficient. He finds 1 so far, 2nd as well, all right, so he gets 2 for his troubles, but it is Fnatic Dennis that will put him down in the end. Retake, still the problem. However, the Molotovs are actually very timely because they haven't gone for the plant yet. Oh, that's lovely from Dennis.
Okay.
Mouse pull it back. So very good for the retake. Those Molotovs, I dare say, bought them a lot of time. And the 2 kills from Mousesports inside the A site were huge.
Yeah, I can't believe he got 2 out of that. It seemed like they knew exactly where it was. You saw on the X-ray, they're actually all looking towards the quad area. They're coming in to check it. They know that's where he's isolated behind as well. But somehow he gets a first kill on Twist as well, using the sound cues around him to get a second kill. How do you not got that? That's round over. Very impressive stuff from him. And it's 6-0 in favor of Mousesports here. Another force buy coming in from Fnatic. It looks like they have managed to save about 1,500. So the lost bonus go to next round means they do get a nice full buy. So it's not as devastating as I thought. But Fnatic, Dennis, he's gone all in. He's got the AK. But at this stage, it's not a huge deal. Just means going into the next round, if they do lose this one, it's going to be 4 AKs and 1 takedown again. So it's not a massive issue. But Nico is lighting them up here. Gets a double spray down with the M4. It's going to be a full A-sided attack. Nico just finds it up.
Oscar does try and... Okay. He gets 1. Tries to get another. Nico's going to snag that one away. But 4 kills for Nico again this time. 7-0 Mousesports. Look, we said, Janko said it as well, good map pool for them, but coming into a map that Fnatic traditionally, now it is a very different roster, I know, but just to draw the comparison, has always been very good on.
Sure.
They're getting lit up right now, and it's very standard team play, I would say, from Mousesports, but they're just winning the battles.
You can see how Dennis is struggling going to run up a rate here, like I said before. He's got the AK, no head armor, that's pretty huge against M4s actually, and now struggling slightly and not posting a single round. It's still pretty early days. We haven't got to the 8th round as of yet, so there is still a chance to win the half if they start picking it up. As Oscar once again facing towards B storage, seeing if he can get this kill. It's going to be Olofmeister waiting for him. And this is the full default this time for Fnatic, not being proactive at the start of the round. Just going to be holding back and waiting for the aggression. If he pulls the trigger here, I'll be sick.
This is one of those moments at LAN. You can see the inaudible now. That's the difference in the X-ray, so he's not making noise. This is one of those moments at LAN where the crowd would go, oh! Yeah,
then he does it.
And then everyone just shoots, right? Like the vibrations coming through. Okay, still finds it. Olaf, he walks out and Oscar gets the kill with the AWP. Again, single AWP setup so far for Mouse.
Almost potentially being a little bit too aggressive in that position. Like he's by himself and he knows there's an AWP potentially playing there as well. That's a very difficult shot for him to land. He just goes down with no information gathered, no pressure applied to the CT. Now Oscar can fall back, so up to Nico, he gets Molotov here. What's the play? Cooking here. And somehow, okay, I thought he was going to get a kill, but there it is. Fnatic do find 2 in return. They've got the man advantage. 4 and 3, but this positioning for Oscar, this is godlike. Oh, that shot, I think they hit it. That's round over, but they have managed to make their way to the site now.
Yeah, exactly that. Lekro going to go ahead, put the bomb down. Fnatic with a bomb plant. So we'll see if that's anything for them to work off of. They have had 2 of them so far in the half, but this time they've got a 3 versus 3 before the retake. They're trying to fight forward, Twist to hold off the rotations, but he's got to be careful not to stay in that connector. He's got to get the side itself so he's not caught off. And he's vulnerable now to B main, so it's Venton's turn to watch Tree while he looks at that obligation. Venton's done it. He's got all 3, in fact, as he swings back out and Oscar falls.
He almost lined up with the double kill there. I thought there was a chance, the double no-scope coming in, but no dice today. Like I said, when Oscar got to that position towards Sunroom, I thought he'd absolutely nailed that. 2 shots, they weren't even looking at him. Hit the first one, the second just escaped him slightly. But Fnatic now in a bit of a precarious situation, Matt. This is the full reset chance now. You can see they've had to fully reinvest into this round. So when AWP is out, and they have actually stabilized things in terms of utility, but double AWP set up this time for Mousesports. They're actually looking like they want to go a bit more aggressive towards B again. Going to be smoked out though. This is where Chris needs to be careful. It's actually Wenton now who's going towards the B storage area, and Oscar aggressively pushing squeaky door. I like this from him.
Yeah, this AWP. Obviously, having lost 1 round, reinvestment comes in for Mouse. They do go to that double op, but first man down is Nico. Once more at mid, so Dennis comes over. Mouse Dennis, that is, with the M4A1S. That's lovely from Oscar, though, to pull this back as he pushes out and Lekro gets caught by it. So very good job for him to pull this back into an even situation.
Indeed, well, 1 minute remaining. Double AWP setup still working out for Mousesports here. It's going to be that push. I love this from Mousesports. Getting in there. Speedy only gets 1 and he is answered back, but Chris J ready to strike once again. 2 versus 2. Bomb has been dropped. It's right in front of Chris J now. Dennis and Olofmeister trying to do what they can. It's a decent smoke to go down. What's the play from Chris here? Aggressive, of course. Pushing in and seeing what he can find. It's Dennis that drops first. And now up to Chris J. Hasn't really got much to work with here. The bomb has been taken away from him. Olofmeister finding 3 kills this round. He actually got the opening kill against Nico as well. So big round for Fnatic, as we described, in terms of the economy. If they lose this, it's certainly the double eco. But Chris J, looks like he fancies his chances. If we can find an early first kill here, there's definitely potential for it. But this crossfire has been established now for the terrorists. It's going to be difficult for them to lose this one.
I would say exactly that. Very difficult, this Chris. He brings the AWP closer to the site. They've got the money built up over those 7-round wins to try and do something of this, and any kill he could have gotten in that situation would have been massive, for the fact of the reset coming in for Fnatic, but they'll pick it up with 2 surviving and AWP carried over as well, and they'll rebuy around this. Still, though, their money stays low because of it, so still break potential.
Yeah, and Mousesports, after winning so many rounds in a row, have been broken here. It's going to be 4 USPs and a PT50 on Speedy. Options, obviously very limited. I'd say maybe push towards Squeaky Door, try and find something at the start of the rounds, but they're not going to be necessarily stacking it. 2 players towards middle, 3 on A. They have left the B bombs like fully open. And Chris J towards middle, trying to make this USP do something for him, but this is almost a round of guarantee for Fnatic here, and they do spot the aggressive player towards mid. That's Chris. He goes down. As we mentioned, nothing invested by the CTC. There's 1 PT50, that's it. So Lekra has got the Mac 10. They're reading the economy again quite nicely. It means he can farm some cash. There it is. He only gets 1 kill for it, though. He goes down to the hands of Oscar's USP.
Nico spots Venton retreating over toward the B main position and hits the shot on Twist. So information plus a kill, gets the AK and pulls it out. Olaf doesn't push him fast enough, and he's got an 8 out. Oh, how does he hit that shot? I thought Nico would have won that duel, but either way, it's Fnatic again that pick up a round. They now have 3 in a row, so they're closing the gap. It's taken them a while to get rolling, though.
Absolutely. But like I said, we haven't got to the point Mousesports even won the half yet, so it still is early days. Even though 7-0 scoreline looks pretty scary, we start winning rounds and stringing them together and breaking the economy like they have. Even in this round number 11, you can see there's only 5 M4s, no kids, no orbs, and no incendiaries either. So this is still a great potential for Natus to start getting some real leverage on the first half. Oscar going aggressive towards A main. He's pushed through the smoke. This is known as the Pronax boost, really. He was the one who first started doing this. He's smoking towards A main. Get yourself on these boxes, gives you good vision and a lot of protection as well from that smoke. Speedy, presumably going to be flashed in here from the vents. It's similar sort of fashion we saw from Nico. Should get his first pick. There it is. Nice stuff from him.
Speedy gets the shot in return, though, but he's limited to these vents. Confined, even flash out. That doesn't work. Dennis gets the shot instead. It looked like he'd be blind, he'd be able to swing fast enough, but Dennis, Fnatic Dennis that is, does get the kill in turn, and Dennis from Mouse will be the next one to try and go through the vents. Flashbang for him comes a little bit earlier. That's going to draw the attention of Venton, and they're not really in a position so far to push through on this retake, but there's so much time before that bomb plant comes in that Nico can actually start trying to play this picks, and this will be the decision-making factor in this. If he had hit that shot on Lekra, they might have gone all in. Oscar will at least pull one back, and they will commit regardless, and all of them go down as a result.
There it is. Fnatic do post their 4th round, and we said that Bounce were going to struggle there. The 5 M4s, the orbs have been massive for them. You can see that reflected on the scoreboard right now. Oscar, 15 kills, and he's limited in this round. And Chris J, actually on 2 for 6, not having the best day in the office here on the second map. But Fnatic definitely finding some form now. It's going to be another EK for Mousesports. So after going up 7-0, they're potentially going to lose 5 rounds in a row here. So once again, the swings and roundabouts, the roller coaster continues with this match. And we saw the same thing on Dust too. 5 rounds here for one team, 5 rounds to the next. And still ended up to be a very close game indeed. So we'll see whether Fnatic can start getting closer to bringing this to a more tight situation.
Lekra with Twist there is going to try and pick up all of this aggression from Mousesports. They get 2 kills early, does Fnatic. 5 in a row, so suddenly boot on the other foot in terms of the economy and building it up again. If you're Mousesports, Speedy naded onto site, down low, can't pull the deagle fast enough as he smoked himself in. And they're kissing, he knows it now, he realizes it, but can't find the lineup. He walks back into him, as does Olaf, but he's caught by Nico on the other side, and it's still, though, a 4 versus 2. Nico on 22. Well, I'm going to go down for Fnatic, and I still say this should be okay. 5 in a row. Nico's always surprising at times, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be Oscar remaining. He's got the deagle. Just going to be flying through the vents, hoping for the best there. Drops down. It's going to be Dennis that sees him first. And that's the 5th round, like you said, in a row for Fnatic now. Manny, let's have a look. Finally, the orb does come out once again. So it's going to be Oscar and Chris J wielding those weapons. This is when they were their strongest, I would say. They were quite dynamic. It was Oscar going for his first pick aggressively towards Squeaky Door, towards B storage. They were happy to do it. And I'm sure they'll start getting back into this now, considering they have lost 5 in a row. Let's see if they're adjusting the setup at all.
And it's a little bit more aggressive toward mid, seemingly, because normally it's been the 2-on-2. Nico this time is going to be there. Dennis comes over to support immediately, but then rotates up toward A. So still, I guess, in that sense, once it all plays out, it is a 2-on-2. The only difference is Nico with the aggression.
Indeed. Fnatic in a very default right now. You can see Twist, he's actually all the way back in T-spawn looking for the counter boost. So they won't be committing to anything just yet. And Olaf, we called him out for being a bit too aggressive with that B storage area. He was playing back in T-spawn as well, but look at this play from ChrisJ. Taking the vision away, getting himself to Summoner once again, but T's are aware, but he's even closer to them as they may have thought as he gets the AWP shot through the smoke there. I think they anticipated him being in that position, but unfortunately for them, he's ready as well.
Fall away from Squeaky Door, so this should indicate a little bit less pressure from Fnatic onto the A site. Nico, though, he's been waiting for this, and it doesn't happen. Wenton, he's such it down. He's going to take middle now as well. They're going to stack up toward this vent position and try and cover this off. In fact, may even boost Speedy with the rifle, but the timing, oh, it works. He does get one. A second, perhaps, as Lekro's head gets found, but it is going to be them responding. Fnatic, Venton gets two. Speedy and Chris fall immediately after as they started to scatter for safety after getting a favorable duel off the hop of it, but
yeah.
The bomb going in now for Fnatic. Oscar with the flash, gets aggressive, AWP all the way to the site, no support, but finally Twist gets in a position where he was so vulnerable from.
This was such a big round for Mousesports. The double AWP investment comes down to the 2 versus 1, with Dennis being the last player remaining. A little bit of a lackluster retake towards the end there. You can see Oscar trying to make things happen by himself, hoping he could find that play on the bomb side, but in the end got himself exposed by both angles, and this was the key moment here. Speedy did a lot of work and actually got himself in a really strong position, but Wenton coming out, finds the kills in return. Bomb site open, and the retake was not successful for Mousesports. To be Fnatic with 2 rounds in a row, oh sorry, 6 rounds in a row now. After the 7-0 deficit, they're going to do the same thing in return potentially here, considering that Mouse have actually got another partial by going into this one. CZs, Deagles, a bit of body armor, that's about it.
And how frustrating is this if you're Mousesports right now?
What a swing this has been.
Oscar's going to get aggressive with Deagle, spots one at the doorway of A main, but not Venton up close, and either way it didn't matter because it was the AWP that hit the shot. Speaking of Dennis's, it's Mouse that's going to try and take over middle, but Olaf, he finds him as he anticipates incorrectly that he was not, in fact, inside that B connector. Speedy, open sight, trying to use the smoke on his left to protect from doorway and find potentially at least one pick with a Deagle, but that's not going to happen, and Nico, well, he'll suffer the same fate with the same results. No kills at all coming in for Mousesports in this round, and Fnatic knotted up on 7. 7-0, 7-7.
7-7. That's kind of insane, I have to say. But money, obviously, maximum loss bonus here for Mousesports. They do get the double AWP setup once again, but you have to say, it's only Oscar who's really delivering with this setup. It's ChrisJ who's struggling. He's actually sat on 3 for 9 right now, and considering they've lost 7 rounds in a row, and he's had that double AWP setup a few times in this proceeding. We'll see whether he can actually get back into this. Is Olaf now. He's finding confidence once again. ChrisJ will be smoked out for now, falling back to the side this time instead of challenging from Checker. Speedy looking like he wants to get the counter boost going on, but Dennis needs the player to find Oscar at the start of the round, who was pushing aggressively once again, and Fnatic was finding kills all over the place here. He's got Mouse to try and approach with a new kind of methodology here, considering they're going very aggressive by themselves, flashing in and trying to find their first kills as the default as well, and working out for them.
Dennis has made it up into A main, though. That's a good play to make because Lekro, sure, he considers it, but is he really expecting it? And his reaction time was not there. So it gives them at least a 4 versus 3 to work with. It's a long way away from the action, though, that's over toward B. ChrisJ, AWP, waiting for someone to push through, trying to hold off these rotations. That doesn't happen. But he's got to wait because it's an AWP to go for the retake, and he's got to get an M4 in position to trade at the very least off of him. It's Speedy that wants to try and do so by pushing through vents, and in fact, Dennis will be right behind him. They're going to commit, flash through, push in, go for a 1-1 trade. In fact, better than that, they get Twist immediately, but Venton's in the corner, and he's got to catch them both. I have to say, Venton's been playing some smart angles in this game because he has found a lot of multi-kills that aren't traded.
I agree, and you have to say, what the hell happened to Mousesports after that? They go up 7-0, then lose 8 rounds in a row. They were trying new things as well. It just seems that the firepower was dropping off towards the end. They were hitting these great shots to kick things off, and then they weren't actually winning any duels towards the end of that first half there. And ChrisJ, very poor performance to him as well in that double AWP setup, expecting to be anchoring his bomb sites towards B, but he actually started missing a lot of the shots towards the end there, and it actually was a bit disappointing for Mousesports after such a successful start.
Yeah, and that's a heartbreaking way to go down. 7-0, we thought it was going to be so smooth for Mousesports. It's been anything but since. We'll take a break, and we'll see if they can pick it back up in the second half. for Fnatic. And even though his name's not Fenton. Fenton has been chasing around a pack of wild deer that look quite disorganized because Mousesports have fallen apart in that sense, and he's found a lot of multi-kills.
Yeah, absolutely. Really impressive stuff from him. He had quite a quiet game on the first map, and coming into this one, you pointed out lots of smart positions from him, and actually good teamwork coming in Fnatic, something we weren't really expecting from such a new lineup. So good to see them coming out the trap nice and hot. Won the first map and now in a great position
to start it down to 21, so he's going to have to hit some headshots with that USPS on the way through.
Mouse wants to explode towards middle. They have got 2 smokes remaining and a Molotov as well. B split, I would say, judging by the setup on the minimap right now. Will be Mouse. Nico with the bomb towards B. There's not any aggression from the CT towards this area. It actually gives them a bit of an advantage at the terrorist. Smokes down towards CT spawn, maybe towards upper as well. That's where the Molotov goes. And with that split coming in vents at the same time, it's up to Fnatic Dennis to hold them off, but let's see how this round pans out. There comes the initial smoke and Twist ready to strike.
Strike indeed, but Lecro instead is going to be the one that has the lineup. Molotov comes in on him late. That's going to be problematic as he gets caught by Dennis as well, and the damage, it's too great. It takes him down. It is Venton that's going to find the first kill for Fnatic, and it comes so late in the round. He's got a second to work with, and that'll bring them down to a 2 versus 3. He's got a kit, so it buys a little bit of time, but not armor, and he's about to body against Dennis because he's in the vent, not below it. Crosshair placement off. Twist. Oh. What a shot on the way through, though. Trades it back, and he's got this to a one-on-one. Him versus Nico. 2 accurate players at Nico. He's got the damage in, and he's going to land the shot just barely as he, well, actually stays on 80 despite 2 shots coming his direction.
Wow, what a run that was by Twist after Fnatic losing their first initial players there. Actually coming to the 1 versus 1 after Twist hits 2 sensational shots with the USP there. Good positioning from Nico, but you have to say Twist had every chance to actually find him, and it was quite a sloppy duel at the end, but Fnatic do drop the pistol around 8-8. Mousesports do tie things up. There's not a force buy for Fnatic though. I kind of like this. They want to make sure they go into the first gun round with everything available in their arsenal. They have that orb, they want to have the grenades. They don't want to risk winning this second round, but you can see Mousesports, they're prepared for this as well. They've got 4 rifles. They're expecting the force buy here, but we'll see how this goes down for them. Just a couple of upgraded pistols for Fnatic. Round number 2, just as expected, a full default, no one committing. I was going to say the Germans are. They're not really German anymore, are they, after they've lost Nex? It's more of a, European
it is a mix,
squad.
yeah. I mean, in the history of the German Counter-Strike, let's not forget the last time a legendary spot was held was by Penta, which was effectively the core that came over to Mousesports, and they never really developed into the way everyone thought they would. With Dennis being so aggressive on the CT sides and Nex being a player that beside him was pretty lethal in that sense. So we'll see if this Mousesports iteration can finally achieve that.
Well, then round number 2. And the tension is starting to rise now as Lecro, he's ready with the Desert Eagle, doesn't fire just yet, but spots 2 players towards B storage. He's basically trying to bait an Olaf myself. That smoke especially. It may look like Olaf's trap, but it's unlikely they'll check this position considering they've seen the city smoke there. They thought, okay, they're trying to lock us out the bomb site. But Olaf is going to be trying to push around here. He's going to be taken down shortly as he does get spotted now. He's going to try and find his exit strategy as Dennis does take him down eventually.
Continue on as well, aggressively. Spotting Twist, forcing him back toward the tree. Leaves Lecro alone in this site, but late utility nearly gives a chance to Twist to hit that deagle shot. Lecro's fallen. That was close as well with that deagle, but no luck. And it's going to be Fnatic that has to sit back and watch from the perimeter of the bomb site. Mousesports, it took them 8 rounds against after winning 7-0 to finally get another. They may get a second, which is kind of expected when you bring up rifles, and they're going to do it fairly effectively and efficiently, as well as all 5 stay alive post-plant. Exit kill is going to be the name of the game now for Fnatic.
Well, 5 players do survive, that's for sure. And we always say there's no real reason for Mouse to even go hunting. They've got low HP players. They stick together as a unit, make sure anyone holding the flanks for Fnatic does get taken down. It's going to be Twist. He's got 2 HP and just a deagle. You might as well say that to the next round. They're not going to have much else to work with, but it's going to be Mousesports now picking up both pistols this map and having the 3-0 conversions by the looks of things as well. And if you do drop those games, something has gone pretty horribly wrong.
Yep. especially with the lead that they had. I mean, that in itself means something went horribly wrong.
Well then, Fnatic, another EK for them. Twist saving the Deagle. They're probably going to, with the flashbang they have now, I wouldn't be surprised if they went for like a B storage attack. If 4 players go towards that area, flash in, see what you can do with it. And looks like 3 towards A, 1 towards middle. Who's got the flash is Wenson, so he's going to be towards A storage. So flashing towards mid, hoping he can do something with his teammates, but they've only got USPs. It's going to be a tough battle here as another flash comes in. There it is. They're actually doing some work here.
That was well timed. Olaf came around the corner for a perfect moment, but Nico's there and he'll hold the angle. Down goes yet another. It's Lekro. That will fall. And it's well struck back. Like you say, though, it's a decent effort to try and get aggressive with those pistols early on and see what they can find. They nearly got a gun out of that situation as well, considering the push-up that they did have inside of mid. Mousesports slowed things down considerably. Minute 12 still left on the clock. That's how fast things struck a beat in this round. Venton going to try and spot over top of White Box.
Well, considering they got 4 USPs going into this round, they're making a very convincing case of it. It's 2 versus 2 now as Wenton finds another USB headshot. Speedy caught out by himself. And he has to fall back in this situation, Wenton, but it looks like the B-bomb side will be open and Twist will be rotating in, but he has the Deagle. There's still some sort of hope here for Fnatic. Nico holding the flanks there towards events. Takes a headshot, but survives, and they got a flashbang from him. Very well done. Very well read from Nico. Indeed. Oh, that was an interesting round considering, like I said, 4 USPs. It comes down to that. 2-on-1. Some decent work done there by Fnatic, but this is where we get interesting, right? It's going to be the first gun round. Double AWP set up, and that was that flashbang from the replay right now from the screen. That was actually really well done from Fnatic. Double AWP set up. So Olaf Meister and Dennis. No twists, interesting enough. What do you have to say about that? Brought in with what we assumed would be the AWP role.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, this is one of the things is that Olaf, for sure, likes to pick this up in situations, and in the other map as well. On Dust 2, he did in a few rounds. But yeah, Dennis going to the second one is a bit peculiar. They're going to try and play the double up on this map, though, and Fnatic has been strong in this situation in the past with JW, so we'll see if they can pull this off.
This has always been the thing with Fnatic, though, right? They've got so many players that can AWP, right? That's fine. But like when you pick my name like Twist, he's known for his AWPing capability. Yeah. That's why I thought that's why I'm pointing it out. Obviously, all of these guys can AWP, but
in some ways, though, it's still kind of nice to see that they're willing to be dynamic on it because it becomes harder to read.
Yeah, sure.
You know, as diversified as a player's mechanics may be or locations on the map may be, there is still predictabilities and patterns that you can pick out from someone in terms of their aggression. So,
Mousesports looking like they'll be focusing towards A here. The smokes have been deployed towards the quad area and highway as well. Dennis committing with the bomb now, so this will be an A-side attack. He flashes through. First shot down to Dennis, nails it as well. Good crossfire from Fnatic as Twist finds the second kill, but Oscar fighting back. It's looking like Fnatic have got the advantage for now, as it is in 3 versus 2.
Oscar tries to get above the red crate to spot the player quad. They know, he knows rather, as he's alone, that he's there. And he'll take threat consideration, evaluation into it and try and push on just to quad, ignore the other 2. And that's, come on, Dennis.
Come on.
That's inappropriate.
Well, here we go then. Mousesports, after winning the 3-0 after the pistol round, they are going to be in a situation where they can buy. So Nico, as you can see, 7.5k for him. The rest of his team, not so much. Speedy could afford as well. So what's the play here? So they've gone for 3 AK-47s. It is the force buy here. 3 AKs, 2 Tech 9s. Normally in these rounds, Matt, I always say it's like you want to do the set pieces here, and it looks like that might be coming in as well. 5 towards B storage. You do all your smokes, all the flashbangs you can towards the bomb site. Molotov potentially as well, but all on. Oh, hello. Surely got to be aware that's the possibility for themselves.
I don't know. There's other ways to throw that. I don't know why everyone always goes there as the set for that.
That's so high risk, right? Surely you got to clear out checkers first before you go with your smoke out looking toward that window. I think you're just getting a bit ahead of yourself. And now all off. You can see sometimes this is what happens in Mousesports. As soon as they lose that first frag and the objective they initially set out to do goes wrong, they just throw themselves into the bomb site with no real rhyme or reason. And that's the bomb going down, and you see that was very ineffective. That was actually pretty poor. If you're going to do those kind of plays, at least you're smoking off like they were towards the actual entrance there, and then someone like Europa or the AK for this example, why is no one even checking checkers? That's pretty nuts. Right? Yeah. Surely a flash and flash face it first.
Not even a flash. Because they did throw a smoke out to the cross point. There's a very quick smoke that can bloom in the same amount of time for him to get there. That if you bounce, I think it's the 3rd pillar on the windows.
Even if you just flash on the corner and then face with the AK,
sure.
the AWP has to fire a shot, then fall back, and you've got the advantage when he refaces, right? So surely do something about it. Just run with your smoke out in the open.
Yeah, both are options. Olaf this time same position. Well, same position in that he's in checker, different angle. As he walks out toward B main, nearly gets a shot toward the shoulder peaks, but it is the pistols for Mousesports. 10-10, our score. Another even game late. This time, though, it was Mousesports that had a huge lead that's been blown, so we'll see if that plays a factor as Twist gets the shot on Oscar up over top of the drop, and so far nothing to come the way of Mouz. Nice shot again from Olaf, so he's owning up to the AWP opposition, or rather, excuse me, responsibility position of playing it, but Dennis is going to do the same now, so there you go. We don't need Twist.
Apparently not. It's going to be that double offset on those two. This is why I'm so excited for CS right now. Just seeing the ways that everyone's going to be approaching this situation with the coach change as well. Although a lot of us don't like it, it'll be interesting to see how it actually affects the game as a whole. We know all these players now have to take the responsibility. It was alluded that Wenton might be taking that role on, and whether he will is yet to be seen. Obviously, they still have the assistance of the new coach Jumpy, whether he'll just be taking that role for now while they get established and he works out how they want the team to be operating. There it is. 3 rounds in a row now for Fnatic. The money is available for Mousesports as we go into round number 7. So 5 AKs. Oops, but this looks like some sort of set piece. You can see them stacking outside of A. It's Dennis and Oscar. They've got smokes available as well, so they could do the telegraphed execution. Considering they've lost B storage control, you can see towards the side of the map, it's actually Olaf Meister who's pushed all the way in with the AWP. So this is the point Mousesports have to be executing in the next few seconds. It's actually very obvious what they're doing.
Try as he dare Venton to get some information at A main. He can't land the shot. Goes back in as well with no smoke, or rather no flash, so...
Well, that's actually given Mouse an opportunity to reevaluate the situation. I feel like they just need to rotate to the A bomb side and actually hold it together, but here we go. Mousesports will be committing towards A still, and close range situation for Dennis as the player runs past.
Yeah, they run directly by each other, and they haven't spotted it just yet. Dennis, Mouse is going to be the one to capitalize on this, not Fnatic Dennis. That was the two that passed each other, and he'll go down behind the forklift, so they do get into toward the site as Oscar gets that kill. But watch Olaf in this. There's a number of players lined up. First one found, it's Nico. They can't comfortably transition toward quads. So they've got to fight forward in the site. That gives Lekro a chance, but the smoke down in front, it's going to throw him off as he looks toward forklift instead. And now they know exactly where Olaf peeked from. They just need to escape toward truck when they do, but Olaf instead, he's thinking, yeah, save that AWP.
That was actually a little bit disappointing for Fnatic. You could see what did he just wallbang?
He had the lineup right, but no, he didn't. I think it hit the box inside the set as well.
The point I was making, right, that's like a god-tier situation for Fnatic. Then you push towards all the way towards B storage, almost in T-Spawn mid-warehouse. You know exactly what's going on. And I can see the idea behind Fnatic pushing into A storage at that point. The idea is, okay, they're probably going for some sort of set piece here. Let's wait. Let's actually get them before they have they throw their smokes, and we can get one player down, and that's the tactic thwarted. But in that sense, it was just Wenton going in by himself. The flash was pretty lackluster. He goes down and actually puts him in a disadvantage as the execution came in. You can see Mouse was capitalizing here. It was actually Mouse Dennis that got through undetected, and he was the snake in the grass as he came for the smoke. That took that twist. Dennis couldn't land his shots. And a nice run there for Mousesports. Number 8 comes in. Still money available for Fnatic though. It's 11-11. We felt like this game was going to be very close after the first half, but double orb setup still in the hands of the same players as before, Olaf and Dennis. And we can see them set up right now. Olaf, I think, is going aggressive towards the squeaky door. Yes, he is. Dennis on the other side of B storage holding checkers. But this is a full default for Mousesports at the moment.
Dennis and Dennis. It's been a lot of Dennis mentions this evening. And the boosted player is Dennis from Mousesports side inside of mid garage. We'll swap to the other one. He's watching from Checker out toward Checker once more with the double up still in play for Fnatic. It's Olaf this time that's over on the other side of things at A, and he's watching down highway with Venton having the responsibility of covering off A main. But look how passive Mousesports is being. If anyone, like, they're not even probing out A main at this point in time. They're just waiting for an aggressive push. They're expecting Fnatic to try and catch them off on this. Now they'll start to try and set up a two-man push in toward A main to clear back some map control and set a more standard default, but they've used a little bit of utility to do so. They still have the smokes. That's the important thing. They still have all 5 smokes up.
Adjusting back towards B. Taking the vision away from the CTs for now. It's not going to be a split there. This is probably the same execution they're trying to do when we saw Olaf get that kill at the white box there. Same position, Speedy. This time has got cover with the smoke. So that's the smoke we were waiting for before. That goes towards spawn, and we'll see whether this execution actually works out for Mousesports this time. They have to bomb and T-spawn. I think that's a bit of a blunder because she has to run back and get it, and he's actually not going to be with his teammates as well as the first player drops.
And look at this double off crossfire. Dennis hits one, Olaf the other. Now Dennis again. Lekro hasn't even needed to move in this position. And even if he were, okay, there you go. So even if he is required, he's in a perfect position. Everyone's so distracted. It's an easy shot for him. It's just a lineup, and Fnatic will take this to 12-11. Money not great on the terrorist side either. Dennis can afford to drop out some pistols.
I'm not a fan of these set pieces Mousesports are bringing to the table. The fact they haven't, like you said, they haven't pushed anything back from the CTs, they haven't taken anything away, they haven't even shown presence anywhere else in the map. They've held back in T-spawn. They go towards B storage. It's kind of obvious what they're doing. They're throwing a smoke towards the entrance at the start. They do the same execution we saw before. It's not even a fake. There's nothing else going on the map. They've left the bomb in T-spawn. Like, what was that? It was pretty lackluster. It seems like a tactic they're quite stubborn on just trying it out. It's probably worked. Practiced a few times, but against Fnatic, you've got to have some sort of presence. You can't just go straight into defaults executions without anything gathered at the start of the round.
Well, Dennis, he's going to watch out toward main, and Oscar will try and confront him with the deagle. Need'll take him down to 21. The other Dennis, though, has got down middle undetected. Considering there's 5 up, they've given him some space. And what a shot on Electro as well. It's 2 kills down. Oscar's got entrance onto the A site, but he's caught by Vent, and in the end, it's all onto Mouse Dennis. Now 1 versus 3. A round potentially out of nothing, as he does have armor. They did force out the Deagles, remember, into this, so aim punch not really a factor in all of that. Additional flash. Once the Molotov extinguishes at the top of Highway, we'll slow him for a moment, but he's going to try and use time to his advantage. He's got 52 seconds to work with. He's forward of the secondary Molotov that will land. Crossfire from Truck is the problem, and Twist, he's just waiting for the presence to be felt.
13-11, Fnatic now getting quite a dominant lead. The money for Mousesports isn't fantastic as well. Do they buy with this one? They can get 5 rifles. They may be lacking head armor or a player down to a Galil, so they're kind of working the situation out. I wouldn't have minded a pause here just to work out why they're going forward with this one, but it looks like the partial buy comes in. So Fnatic getting very close now, touching distance of match point on the second map here.
Pass on right.
That's the rule, right? That's what you should be doing.
I think that was a little different. That was hesitation out of spawn as to where exactly they wanted to go.
Yeah, well, they've gone for the armor, tech lines.
Lycro, aggressive in middle, is going to get there without breaking the vent out, but needed to be careful. I thought his gun barrel would have protruded either way. He's got this worked out as the smoke drops. He comes through, does Dennis, and he's found. He's followed that up, Lycro, with a second kill into Oscar, but Speedy, he's found 2 of his own in all of this. Traded at B. It's Olaf and Lycro that will go down, but he's in a 1 versus 3. And they've got him not fully surrounded. He can go back through B main, but effectively covered off if he goes into B.
At this point, they know he's got the AWP, right? They might as well wait until he plants. They know he can't escape this one. Dennis is holding the mid warehouse. He has full vision if he does go towards the A site. So they might as well, they'll be happy for him to plant, and when they hit the bomb going down, that's when they readjust and just completely surround at that point. This is actually just a smart play, not to give him anything to work with. They know he's got the orb, very easy to get those picks. Just hold the tightest angle you can, and if it does get a plant down, they'd rather keep 3 players alive and win the round than actually come down to a 2 versus 1, even a 1 versus 1. So as soon as he plants on this site, that's when you'll see that you'll watch the minimap and see them readjust themselves. But Speedy's probably aware of this. And at this point, he probably just wants to get the bomb down. He probably knows he's been gifted it. Now they will be aware. Smoke goes down. Watch the minimap for them to start getting it together. And with the incendiary they have as well, they'll probably use that just to be safe.
And where it is late in the game, they can afford to allow the bomb plant. At this point, it's just about rounds secured, as they'll hit 14 as a result. You may try and prevent the bomb plant if it's earlier in the game, and economy is more of a factor, but 14 rounds now, Fnatic, as mentioned. It's going to be 11 only for Mousesports. So again, Fnatic stretch out the lead late. It was 12-12 on Dust 2, and they picked up 2 in a row that kind of limited what Mousesports had to work with for the rest of the game. It's no real difference here. They will be able to buy this round, but aside from the last round bonus that's accumulating, they might be able to buy force in the next one, something reasonable, but it's effectively, this is it for them.
This is the one, make or break right now, right? They got the AWP on Oscar, they got a decent spawn as well. Looks like he's potentially going to be boosted. No, they're actually going against that idea. Going to be facing towards A and see if the Fnatic are getting a bit audacious towards that area. Olaf pushing into B storage, you saw him do this before, and Dennis holding A in the quad area. Olaf though, it's all down to him. If he can hit this first shot. Oh, okay, a rare miss. I thought he had that one dead to rights, but at least spots one and getting taken down by Speedy in the end. So awareness from Speedy to actually come back and be aggressive there. Catches Olaf with a nade in his hand, 5 on 4.
Dennis is just watching from quad. Slow Oscar. Slow peek, that's a scary proposition. Instead, it's the Molotov, but I don't think that's gonna reach Dennis. Yeah, it goes to the fence instead, it's the bounce.
Timing.
And Oscar, that's perfect. You're exactly right. The timing, but can't land the shot on top of the box behind red. Spots the head, but can't find it. Speedy, meanwhile, waiting for the push at B to compensate for this. He won't win the duel. Twist will now have the availability of flank, and Electro's going to go with him, but they have to concede the bomb plant, 4 versus 2, and they should have the information. Yeah, Chris already out to this. He's already all over it.
4-on-2. Mousesports live to fight another day here. The money for Fnatic is available going to the next round. Twist, especially if he can save his AWP, and Lecker with the AK-47, they should be okay here. Mousesports do need to be very careful the way they hunt for these weapons. If everyone goes down, then actually going to be in a difficult position after winning the round. So sticking together and not hunting, that's going to be the aim of the game here. They're obviously exiting through CT spawn. Nico is sort of passively hunting here, doesn't want to overcommit, he's not running around looking for these kills. And there's be drops, and they're going to be in a difficult situation. So he's just checking all the tight corners, getting away from the bomb. Twist and Lekra will both be surviving here in T-spawn. Lekra's actually in Sunroom. But I don't think any more frags will be exchanged here. It's round number 11 going in favour of Mousesports. 14-12 now on the second and final map of this series. Scoreboard coming in. And Dennis and Olof once again, Matt. They've had great series so far. 25 kills for Dennis. 23 for Olof Meister. And they were carrying on Dust 2 as well, so it seems like these guys are in fantastic form at the moment.
Well, and again, I stress that they kind of have to be, and maybe it's because they've got more freedom, they've got confidence, it's their home, remember, in Fnatic, so it could be part of it, but until they kind of settle into a rhythm with this new team, they've got to be that way. And Boost coming up the corner, this time it's Venten that's going to go up if he can jump. He'll make it. Congratulations.
So they managed to do that silent as well. The thing with the run boost is it's quicker, but it can have those sound cues to actually get up there. So it does make sense if you can get it silently the way they did.
The other thing as well when you go for the boost is you can flash into A-main and check it while you do it. So you can still get that aggressive play and potentially go for the early peek. We saw Shox doing that a lot with G2 because they like to, especially Shox, very much likes to push into A-main.
Well then, we hit the 1 minute mark, and it looks like we have got some mid control coming in from Mousesports, so that's absolutely fine the way the CT's addressed this. You can give up middle, that's not a problem at all, but Dennis, he'll be AWPing towards the quad area and actually having the AWP that's looking towards highway, so it's not a problem for them, but they just need to be aware that's a possibility. It doesn't look like it may do. That's just Wenton. It's going to come down to him and Lekro. They've got a good crossfire here. If Wenton allow a couple to run past, could be overlooked.
Smokes go in. They did start to look in this direction, but has Chris figured that he's seen enough? Apparently so. He overlooks the possibility after thinking it was going to be there, and Venton picks up 2. Lekro finds the other coming through the door, and a very well-established crossfire indeed from Fnatic will put them on to map point.
You felt like Mousesports, they get this great real estate towards middle. They get uncontested there. You feel like they're going to do something really exciting with that and actually abuse the ground they've got covered, but it's another real lackluster execution here. Like, it's good for work from Fnatic, you have to say. It's a really nice crossfire and hitting all the shots, but it just doesn't feel competitive in that round. It feels like once they run out of ideas and all gifted kills at the start, I think it looks like they'd almost want challenges towards middle so they actually have a chance to use their star players to get those first shots. They're not gifting anything, so, well, just get back to the execute we've got. Okay. They didn't even use the middle ground they gathered. There was nothing to it, really. Well then, round number 13. Match point for Fnatic. 3 in a row required from Mousesports to actually stay alive in this one. This round, they've got a Galil, 2 Tech 9s and 2 AKs. Looks like another set piece. They are lining up the smokes. I wouldn't be surprised if they did a fake, maybe boost up towards mid and go for the vents. This have been pretty underwhelming in terms of the way it's worked out for them. Like, so that will be happening. They boost with the bomb towards mid.
It's trying to sell off this rotation to A and catch them out with this real estate, but Lekro's in a good position again. Has to land the shot, does find the first, but Dennis, he'll spray it down in return. Bomb now is going to shift its attention over toward B, where Olaf, he's made his way into the site, but look to his left, because out from Checker comes Dennis through that vent, and Olaf didn't really read that correctly, despite the call that his teammate had gone down from essentially that position. Twist blinded temporarily by a flash. Dennis can't find the shot as they cross into the site from heaven, and now this does mean bomb plant secured for Mousesports. With a man advantage. Venton late to the vents as well. That's being lovely shot by Speedy. That's being launched, but that's a great shot to cover off Dennis. And this is going to go 15-13. Mousesports are holding on, you know.
Just about. And it seemed like that. Like, I played from Olof, like he said. Had he just been on the bomb site, I had more of a defensive position. Could have got one out of it, but he was so focused on the B entrance, didn't really encounter or even think a possibility from the vents would be coming in. Instead, it took him down, opened up the B site, and they do keep things alive here. Speedy recovers the AWP. Have a look at the money for Fnatic. I think they can probably justify Niki go to the next round. They only get 1,400. Wenton saves an M4. There's definitely a buy available, but a ropey one. It could be the start of a rut if they were to force into it. I think the best call will go into this round. Try and have some upgraded pistols here. Use the M4 the best way you can, and then just try and close things out in regulation with the full buy next round. They've gone for it, okay. So the AWP's out.
Yeah, it's going to be an AWP on either side as well.
See, Olaf's gone for glass cannon here. So a famous glass cannon AWP. They have got some utility available.
Yeah, a little bit. 3 smokes, 5 smokes, excuse me. They're so confusing to me, Henry. Molotovs. Olaf already switching his position, but the Molotov comes through. He will not be able to peek. He's going to hold fast, though, in this angle, and hope that when they think the Molotov's cleared him and they push in, the only other spot he could be would be either he's rotated back in the site or behind the box, so they'll overcommit their crosshair placement. He's going to try and catch them off by staying against the wall. And then again, they'll boost it up inside of A site. On the wooden box, tries to spot over into A main. Dennis at quad is also going to flash him back around the corner as he gets into toward the MBK. It's Twist that's going to spot them on the way through. He's got two. Dennis goes down, but it's Venton that's there to cover it up as Nico falls, and now it's just 2 men remaining for Mousesports. It might be enough, but Oscar, he's pushed back through Tech 9. A smoke was thrown. That would have covered off Highway, covered off Lecro, and secured the plant, but now he's just going to have to go for it blindly. Thankfully, though, Speedy's actually got the shot on Olaf, so it is just Lecro. It looked like they'd done so much with Twist taking heads off on the way through, but now they've got the secure crossfire established and they peek together. It's 15-14. Fnatic with the glass cannon by are going to have very, very little money to work with.
Yep, absolutely. Looking like overtime should be likely here for Mousesports after falling back 2 rounds in a row. Looking for the third now. That was the big one for Fnatic. Came down to Lecro, the young new signing for their team. Couldn't do much for the 2 versus 1, only that FAMAS in hand. And it's going to be an array of pistols here for number 15 of the second half. CZs, 5-7s, some armor, and 2 smokes, make it 3 now. Surely Mousesports can take this to overtime. This should be it now.
Well, you would think so. We've seen Pistols win some crazy rounds so far in this series. Remember, Fnatic did win game 1. It's not a best of 3. I don't want to mislead people. I want to stress that it is 2 best of 1s. That's how the season's played out. It just makes more sense for scheduling, and it kind of builds up a bit of storyline throughout the evening that all you lovely people at home can follow along with. Oscar's going to watch again with his AWP toward mid. Twist, shoulder exposed that time, is trying to figure out if he's there or not with the pistol. All he really needs is information in this sense. And then rotate accordingly. They haven't gone for a stack. They haven't tried anything unorthodox in this situation. They're going to play for the win and just try and brawl them on the way through. It's Venton again on the A site. He is playing with Dennis this time, not Lecro. Lecro's going to B to play with Olaf Meister.
Well, see, quite a cagey Mousesports for now. And to give anything away. And it's going to be done mid-presence once again. They have established. How do they use it this time? It was pretty lackluster before that execution. Looks like they've got more of a B mentality this time. Olaf Meister with a good flashbang. Could find his first kill. We give him a weapon. The door starts to open. There it is. He gets an M4 in his hand. He's going aggressive towards mid as well. This could be a perfect call for him. He's going to find them in the back. Lined up for him. He gets 1. He gets 2. 4 versus 2 now, and the pistols seem to be prevailing for Fnatic. Nico, the last player remaining, but he still has potential to win this one. Gets the kill on towards Wenton. And has managed to pick up the bomb, but 10 seconds remain. He has to cross to the bomb side, but Lecro's allowed it.
And he's gonna smoke. Please, get 1. He's got time to plant. 6 seconds. He's pulled this back, has Nico. It's just one of those rounds, though, from Olaf, isn't it? It's the exact moment when you expect the former world best, potentially still the world best, going up against another man who has been touted as the world best. It's a one-on-one between Nico, who's trying to save the round. 3 kills for either of them so far. Exposed in the smoke, and Olaf's done it. Started with pistols, and the timing was perfect.
4 kills for Olaf to finish things off and give Fnatic the victory here. And map number 2, Nico did everything he possibly could. It was a valiant attempt, but Olaf, the old master, does come out trumps. What a play that was. He gets the kill in B story. They said as soon as he gets a weapon, anything